All right, here at No Reserve we have our 1988 Ford F150. It's a nice rust-free truck, always been in the Northwest. It has it's a 5-digit odometer and it shows 35,000. And by the history check and condition of it, we believe it's 135,000 miles. But it's been repainted once. It was originally a two-tone, which is pretty common in the 88, 89, 90, 91 body style, the bullnose body style. It had it was dark gray, like this is the main color, but it was a two-tone, so it had the silver in the middle. But it's been repainted to the all graphite gray, which I prefer because the original pinstriping you can't get, and so it always looks a lot out of place. But I love the dark graphite gray, and it's kind of a timeless color. It's got the 5-liter 302 overdrive automatic transmission. So we'll go ahead and go around this. The paint job was a repaint. These trucks were, all the domestics, the Dodge, Chevys, Ford, GMC. I mean, the paint just lifted on these things. So, it looks really good. It's a great driver. It looks sweet going on the road. Gets compliments in the parking lot, all that stuff. But it's not perfect. There is some imperfections and some wear and tear for an old truck. Like in this area here, it looks like they, overlooked something, or it kind of worked its way back over the paint. Paint job looks like it's a couple years old. There's 2 dings in the top that are really hard to see, but there's no paint damage, so you can see. So probably were there when they painted it and overlooked it. When it was repainted, it looks like they replaced all the lights and everything. So they did a really nice job of, making the truck bring it up to date. So it's nice to see. It'd be great if it was original paint, mint condition. But I would rather have this over a flaking paint. But also it shows the care and condition that this truck got. The interior's in amazing shape. So the headlights have been replaced. We look really clean. The grill's original, bumper's original, all that stuff. So the headlights and taillights have both been replaced. And all you guys that are, are into the OBS trucks, know you can get this stuff from LMC Truck for pretty cheap. So bumper doesn't have any tweaks, still has the valance down below, never had any big oversized tires stuffed into it, so that's really nice to see. Grill's not broken or cracked. Amazingly, it has all the original glass. Nice gap between the fender and hood. Nobody's put their knee on here to wash and dent down the cowl, but not sure if you'll see it, but I do have pictures of it. It's got the original car light logo in the middle there. I'm not really sure. It's got a tiny little chip here. So amazingly, it still has original front glass. You can see that they left the chrome trim on when they painted it, and there's a little bit on the stainless trim. Door felts were replaced, so the nice rubbers are in nice condition. The rest of the rubber's in good shape. You get a little bit of surface rust on the fly window here. Mirrors are in nice shape. No surface rust on them or anything. Original moldings. I'm not sure if the moldings were taken off the paint job or not. Now the bed wasn't taken off, so you can see inside there, you'll see that two-tone I was talking about. So they kind of just blew it in there, but it's not lifting back or pulling back, but you can see it also in the cab. Inside there. Also, there's like a little bit of surface rust bubbling underneath the paint there on both sides. Original glass. They didn't take the glass out. It wasn't a crazy nut paint job. It was just a, what I'd say is a, kind of an aesthetic maintenance paint job. Keep it looking good. Inside the gas doors, they didn't paint inside the gas doors, which that would have been an easy one to do. The chip there. Little scratch right here. There's a little chip on the paint here. Little chip right there. And then there's a couple little scratches down here. But overall, the paint job's in really nice shape. No bubbling around the wheel wells. These are factory. Ford had these installed from the 70s all the way up. It was an option, so they're, none of them have been anchored on and pulled on the body or dented the body in. The driver's side bed cap does have a little dent right there, but you could easily just throw some diamond plate bed caps on here, or stainless steel, and they look great. Front bulkhead's not smashed against the cab, which often happens because it's pretty easy to do, but there's a little dent there. Has your typical drop-in bed liner, but you can see from the underside photos, the bed's in really nice shape. This is, rust-free truck. Looks like when they painted it too, they may have undercoated the underside. You got some scratches right there that are a little old, and they've, created some surface rust. But I'd go with diamond plate since it already has these. But you can get diamond plate caps all the way around if you want to for a couple $100, but usually you can get just the sides for $100. New tail lights, but it's cool that they went with the right tail lights. They didn't do the OBS, the newer style 92 to 97. Rear panel's in nice condition. No cracks in the red plastic. Oh, there is a little crack right there. And then a little ding in here. And then a little ding right there. This looks like it was probably already there. But the panel isn't pulling away, isn't all smashed. You know, a lot of times you'll have, this will be smashed and dented in. People just, over the years, it's hard to believe that this thing is working its way to 34 years old. I mean, it's these trucks are kind of timeless, and we kind of tend to forget that. But you know, when this truck was new in 1988, most likely probably bought in 87, as most people buy a year newer. You know, a vehicle that was you know, 34 years old was a 1954, and in 1988, 1954 was super old. So keep that in mind. These trucks are just killer and timeless. You will go throughout the, you know, paint's nice and shiny. You can see just like on the other side, but there you will find some little imperfections, like I pointed out, a little ding underneath the lock there. Door felts are looking good. I mean, there's just a ton of photos. There is a little ding here, where like kind of like a, looks like maybe the mirror or something happened, but there's like a little bit of crease. You'll probably get a PDR guy to iron that out real nice. The chip right there, a couple little chips on the cowl, also up in this area, and then, oh, there it is, chips right there. But again, hood gap's nice. I don't think the hood's ever been off for any reason. You know, there's no big dents in the front of the bullnose. These things catch bugs and rocks and rock chips like nobody's business. Here's the other stone chip. The rain gutters are really nice. Paint's not lifting out or flaking out of there. All the door hinges are in real nice shape. You'll know because these body lines are really sharp on both sides. So I'll go ahead and go over to the driver's side and kind of show you. So it's got the factory chrome Ford wheels. It's got, let's see what, you know, it's got the manual hubs, which is nice to see. But it's just a factory size, or a little bit bigger. They usually come in 235s. It's got 30 by 950s, which fill up the wheel wells nice. My favorite, personally, is 31s. But these things got a ton of tread, ride really nice. And they got a nice, smooth ride to them, and they're not loud at all or anything, but they got kind of a nice aggressive sidewall there. So I'll take you in here and just shut that door. It's just, look at that. It's just amazing. You know, no pin issues. Also, you'll know if it ever had any door hinge issues because this nylon piece would be just blown out. But again, the interior is really nice. It's a really cool color combo. The darker gray with the red interior is kind of, it reminds me of, say, like a BMW M3 or something. It's really nice condition. You know, you got some wear on the steering wheel. It's not dirt, it's just kind of the age of the leather. Again, you could get a $10 cover on there. Dash has no cracks, nothing screwed into the top of it. Headliner, amazingly, is not sagging anywhere. Visor's in nice shape. You don't have this, you know, it's all nice and tight still. The tilt steering operates still nice and smooth. I'll do it when I'm driving, but there we go. It's nice and smooth. All the buttons, writing on the buttons are still nice and clear. And again, you can see the foot pad and the original carpet, the condition of it. That's why I believe it's got 35,000 miles. I've had a ton of these trucks, and there is some sun fading right here. You'll see, it looks like, you know, both sides had the armrests on it most of its life because here's sun faded. But they're really nice and comfortable still. They're not all flat and busted out. You obviously have some wear here, and I'll take you on the other side. Center console with cup holders, a little chunk here, and someone kind of put something in there. It's a non-smoker. I put got pictures of the ashtray, and the lighter's never been used. You know, door panel doesn't look like it's ever been off. It's not all busted up. This down here is just some surface rust. And you got some chipping of the paint. Obviously they didn't paint into the door jamb. But you know, I'll take my keys and you can hear, you know, you're not gonna get that soft sound. It's just a little surface rust. And then carpet's really nice. Rear seats super clean. Here's the decal, the VIN number, and then we got pictures of the VIN number up on the dash also. Pop the hood here. Lots of underside photos. You know, we'll do driving video, of course. You know, hood pops up nice and easy, just like it should. Door panels, you know, both have a little bit of fading up here. You know, all the speaker covers are nice. Armrest, pull handles are in good shape. Door's not pulled away. You know, both sides are nice and rust-free under the door. Same little surface rust here, but again, it's just surface. It's nice and solid. Nylon bushing. No B-pillar cracks. Not sure if the camera will capture it. I'll just pull it out so you can see it. See that ashtray? It's like brand new. A little bit of dust, but the dash actually doesn't have any sun fading, which is kind of impressive. Oh, the carpets, you can see that's really nice condition. I mean, it's just nice and clean. This is original, hasn't been replaced, and it's just super clean. Looks like there's a little bit of black stuff on here. I think it's just the sealer from the window. Again, you got some fading back here. They're supposed on both sides. The driver's seat of this era doesn't pop all the way forward. This is the entry side. It's the only one that does this, so it's not broken over there. It's just how they designed it. Both of them are missing these pockets in the back, and you'll see the sun fading. But overall, I mean, the interior looks really nice, especially for the age. Really well taken care of. It is getting chilly out here. So underneath here is just, you know, see some original dealer markings. Just nice, clean underneath the hood. Not spotless clean, but it's nice, honest condition, you know, kind of presented the way it's been cared for. Not steam cleaned or pressure washed or, you know, engine dressing all over the place. But you can see good maintenance. Radiator's been replaced. It's had a full tune-up. You know, air filter's been replaced, oil change, all that stuff. And it's always nice to see, you know, when you look down there and you see Motorcraft parts, it's usually a sign that you have somebody that's taking care of a vehicle, and not only that, but they love it. So this thing is it's a beautiful truck, extended cab shorty, 4x4, really well cared for, and it's just not sure. I'll take you over here. There's a little bit. Not sure if I mentioned this or not, so I just want to catch it, but there's a little bit of a crease in the body line right here. Really hard to tell with this paint job. With the color that it is, and it's really nice and shiny. So, all right, comes with all its original manuals and everything, and we'll shoot some pictures off of that. And this is gonna be, again, no reserve, and it'll be, you know, I guess Happy New Year. So, good luck, everybody.